you. Can you all hear me okay? I know that's what everybody says when they start when they start out. But thank you so much, Claude, for inviting me. Thank you. It's such an honor to be with you this morning. And as Claude stated, I am the mayor of Harrisonburg. Um, Harrisonburg is my hometown, and it is an honor for me to serve as mayor of the city that I grew up in. Now, Harrisonburg was quite different when I was growing up. It was not as diverse as we are now, and pretty much as in most small towns, certain people led the city, and those certain people did not look like me. Today, Harrisonburg is certainly not a small town anymore. We are the most diverse city in the Valley, and I am proud to say that our leadership has begun to reflect our diversity. Now, a little bit about me. Some call me a success story. I'm a hometown girl, no political experience. I am the director of a nonprofit after school program. I am the first African American woman to become mayor. And actually, this is my third term as mayor. So, to some, yes, that is a success story. However, for me, I'm just a living witness of what God can do. God is so amazing. God can take ordinary people and do extraordinary things with their lives. Now, I was invited by Claude here as your guest to share stories from my life in Harrisonburg, whereby I experienced overt or indirect racism. So I'm not sure that I have any riveting stories to share of racism from my childhood. I was raised by my parents and my grandparents. I have a huge family, and my family was very well known and well respected in Harrisonburg. My parents were factory workers. My grandmother was the help, which means she cleaned white people's houses and raised their children. My grandfather was a janitor and a musician. He started the first all Black marching band here in Harrisonburg. I was raised with the values of no matter what we have or what we don't have, we never allowed anyone to make us feel less than. So I'm not sure I have any, challenging stories to tell as a young girl growing up in Harrisonburg that encountered a lot of racism. But what I can share is all the acts of racism that I have encountered as mayor. I have witnessed these acts on a national level here in our very state, in the city I have helped govern, and in my own life as mayor. I was mayor during the White Supremacists Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. I stood in person with our sister city in solidarity for racial healing as Donald Trump, then president, said there were very fine people on both sides of the protest. I was mayor when the world lost Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and watched the murder of George Floyd played out on our television screen. And I was mayor when a sitting president gave the go ahead for an angry mob to break in the Capitol building, looking to harm elected officials and take back, as they said, their country. The pain, the most pain that I have felt as a Black woman, the continual onslaughts of emotion and outrage has been since I've been mayor. What we are experiencing today is the outcry of 401 years of oppression and racism. Black people have had enough, and we are beyond going back to business as usual. We have a history of pain to unpack. Now, my mother's generation is still feeling the pain of Little Rock Nine. My Aunt Darce can tell you the pain of Emmett Till. And in Harrisonburg, we bear the blood of Charlotte Harris. We are the only city to lynch a Black woman in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We also still have the open wound that has never been healed in my neighborhood, the Northeast neighborhood, which is a historic Black neighborhood and the soul of Harrisonburg. During the heart of the civil rights movement, our neighborhood was demolished by a program known as urban renewal. Now, the history of urban renewal is that the Housing Act gave federal funding to the cities to purchase land and buildings that they consider to be in poor condition. In Harrisonburg, urban renewal targeted the African American neighborhood, which was then called Newtown and is now the Northeast neighborhood. And I live in my neighborhood to today. It was done at the hands of Harrisonburg Redevelopment and Housing Authority and City Council, the City Council that I now serve. City Council authorized the city engineer to demolish residential dwellings north of the downtown area. The city made arrangements for 74 families in the area, some which were my family members, to be placed into public housing, while the remaining families built their own houses. Basically, the city came through and started demolishing all the homes in the neighborhood of people who lived there all their life. The site of what was once homes, churches, small businesses became department stores and parking lots. The section now today is now a blacktop, Rose's department store, 7-Eleven. They tore the heart out of the Black community. We have people alive today who still remember this difficult time in our history. The wounds left by urban renewal passed through generations, reaching down from people like my grandmother and my aunt who experienced the project. Our ancestors are still crying out from the grave. As we come to grips with the ongoing racial disparities in our country, much has had to change for many of us. The time that we are in has, without a doubt, presented challenges for many. Whites in this country are looking to find allies in communities of color, and they are risking the loss of friendships and relationships to do this work. Here in Harrisonburg, white people are putting Black Lives Matter signs in their yards and at their businesses and at their places of worship. They are speaking up about systemic racism in a louder voice than we as a nation have ever heard. But just as our white brothers and sisters are now woke to the very risks and dangers that are perpetuated by centuries of systemic racism and oppression, Black men, Black women, and Black children continue to be in harm's way. But I am hopeful. I'm hopeful because we just had our first Black female vice president inaugurated into office. We have more Black leaders in the Congress and state offices and serving as elected officials than we have ever had before. Our academic institutions, our classrooms, our churches, and our communities are becoming wise to the understanding that we can only arrive at racial harmony in a spirit of unity and solidarity, the likes of which this country has yet to see. It is heartening to me to attend this session this morning, knowing that the theme you have selected for. It is a call to racial justice. I do believe God is calling on white leaders of the church to bring their hearts, souls, positions of power to make strategic and sweeping change in the name of racial change. I urge you, I urge you to look deeply at your strategic plan on racial justice. And I asked you to take a deep look at your plan and ask yourselves if your plan provides a pathway and accountability to keep you as a leadership body within your own congregations on track for true change. We are in difficult times. And I say this every time that I speak to people when I'm out in my community. We can only get through this time together. We have to rely on each other. We have to respect each other. We have to love each other. So that's really all I have. Um, let's continue to work together in solidarity and truth and usher in this bright new day ahead. Clyde, thank you so much for having me. Uh, I, I really am honored that you asked me to be here this morning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference. Thank you.